Now that we have our eyes done, I think I would like to approach this smile. Now, if I go look through my toolbox, there's a lot of different tools. So I'm going to start a sketch on the front of the circle again. I'll make sure again on the front of the circle, not the square. Click on the circle. And then I'm going to go to my rectangle tools. Let's see what we have. If you look, we have these slots, and the 3-point center point arc actually kind of gives us most of what we need for a smile. So I'm going to select this tool. It's one of the more powerful tools in Inventor, but it is very complex. So the first thing I want to do is I want to select the origin. That's what we're going to be centering the smile on. Then I'm going to move my mouse out to the side and kind of where I want one end of the smile to be. I'm then going to sweep the mouse all the way around to the other side, click a second time. Then I'm going to pull out to change the size of the smile. I'm going to click, and now that draws the shape. I now want to escape that tool, so I'm going to click the escape key, and that'll get me off that tool. Now I need to constrain this thing. Now, I always like to try to do my geometric constraints first. That would be like coincident or equals or horizontal or vertical before I put dimensions in. So the first thing I'd like to do is make sure that the smile is not uneven. Right now, the left-hand side of the smile is a little bigger than the right-hand side of the smile. It's kind of like he's got like a stroke or something. That's not really good. So we're going to take and we're going to horizontally constrain this point to this point so that they're always the same height. If I click the horizontal tool, I'm now going to click the center of the end point of this dotted line and this end of the dotted line, and now they're the same. If I escape out of that tool by clicking the escape key, you can see that that turns off. If I grab this side of the arc, the two sides of the smile always stay together. The next thing I would like to do is I think I want to set the size of the smile. So I'm going to click on the inner arc and the outer arc, and we're going to set that to be back of my drawing, maybe half a square. So that would put me at 0.125 again, eighth of an inch. And that looks okay. Now, if I escape out of the tool and start dragging it, I can still move this around quite a bit. That's what I call a drag test. So maybe I should set how far down this is. So I'm going to hit dimension, and I'm going to click how big this arc is to the outside circle. And I think I'm going to set that to be also 0.125. Now, you'll notice the ends are still purple. That means if I move these back and forth, it still can extend how big the smile, how happy our smiley face is. So what I'm going to do is going to hit dimension a last time, click on the origin, click on one end of the smile, and I want to drag out to the right. I want to see this height because that makes the most sense to me. And I think I'm going to stay with my happy 1/8 of an inch or 0.125. I can also type 1/8 and Inventor will do the math for me. 3.125. That's now black. That means it's fully constrained. I can finish the sketch. And we're going to extrude. Make sure we select the smile, not the face, but just the smile. And we're going to cut that inwards. And I want to cut that in maybe 0.075, so not all the way back. That way, if I want to do some multi-layer thing, I can get the smile to be a different color than the face in the background. So I'm going to hit OK. And now I have a happy smiley face. We're starting to be getting close to be what I drew on my picture. So looking back at my picture, we've got most of it. We still need to add the keyring hole and the text, and probably fix up the eyes because they look kind of silly.